They over in that park there.
I'm really concerned about old Crystal Spring. All right, here's what you have. It was discovered in 2000. It's 2010. Where y'all been?
All right.
You all know what happened. EPA, you know. OSHA, you know. Because you had somebody come to the plant and wouldn't walk out on what the people were going to show them what the contamination was. And you stand there before everybody and said, you is concerned about the employee. May God help you. I'm going to tell you something other else. People dying in Crystal Springs, there ain't nothing wrong with the water. You got a well shut down. That same water, that well shut down, went through the system. Had the system been flushed out and cleaned out? Had the system been tested for PCB? You said, the city said, the buyer told me the well was shut down about a year ago. But all this time while the contamination was still ongoing from 1952 when Coolman came through Crystal Springs, up until 2000 it was discovered. What about then? Nobody done anything to help the people in Crystal Springs. All right, I gave some people some letter to them when it was discovered in 2000. It was discovered by the safety man in Coolman. I does not call his name. When it was discovered, he called somebody. He got fired. Why did he get fired? He broke the whistle. What y'all need to realize is, one day, I don't know when, I don't know when, I don't know how, I'm not ready. You got to give me count. When he tell you it's all over for you, depart from me, I know you're not. That means you're going to be in serious trouble. There are these people in Crystal Springs in serious trouble right now. They're in serious trouble. How many people in this room, have they come to your house, hold your hand up, and told you about the problem in Crystal Springs over there where they're digging at? Raise your hand. How many people have they come over there and you all told them? I don't see a hand up nowhere. Okay, PCB in Western, they closed the plant. BC in Crystal Springs, their plant's dirty run. What's the difference in Crystal Springs and West? PCB is already in California that live in Crystal Springs. If they can close and do something about the Hudson River in New York, why you can't do nothing about it in Crystal Springs? Ain't PCB and PCB? I don't understand. What's going on here? Maybe I don't miss the boat. But somebody needs to address the problem because it's a major concern in Crystal Springs about people's health and welfare. I mean, in due all respect, they were doing, the problem is included. You don't go to your heel, you go to the heart, where the thing started from. The problem includes Mr. O'Shea. The problem includes. That's where it started from, includes. You said, all right, have you did ground test in Coolman before they put that steel on the floor? I didn't think so. All right, Mr. Russell, you were doing some mediation up there. We wrote two letters. We wrote Coolman a letter. Concerned citizens wanted to be present when y'all were doing that mediation, coming up, putting concrete in them holes up there. We wanted to come. And after we got back, we couldn't come. All right, we asked for Ms. White come up there and witnessed what was going on, saw us out. No, she couldn't come. Isn't it the water table? Isn't it the water table?
The PCB contamination?
Yeah, the PCB contamination. Well, it's not only PCB. You got a 1254. It's several different chemicals. They just only tell you about PCB. But see, there's several other chemicals that you're not telling people about. that they contaminated with. So we got to get together and do something, people. Because if we don't do nothing, they ain't gonna do nothing. Thank you.
Part of the area at Pullman was remediated prior to renovation and new slab being poured down. We did see that sampling results was provided to OSHA. We have done air sampling in the facility, and we do have that. We do have some of that data available on our. Go to our website. Can get you that. So I'll be preparing a response to your request. I'm trying to prepare responses to the data requests that we've gotten. But most of that data is is available on our website. There was sampling done underneath the slab prior to the renovation that was done. I think it was a couple of, I don't know the exact time that was done. Feels like in terms of, I think it was just a couple of years ago.
Let me ask you this. All right. You said it was up under the slab. There's places in there they didn't let you test. You only test what they showed you. But there's some more places in there, and it's a map that we drew up to show you who it was. I don't know whether you have it or not, but you won't come test. I mean, inside the plant. How many times you come inside the plant and went into the soil and tested? All right, hold on, let me ask you this in. Then I'm gonna quit. It's signed up there right now saying PCB contamination. All right, it's oil spill. A young man out there can help clean up the oil spill. He left there that day, he died that same day. All right, now, I got video which show what I'm talking about. Because when the cleanup first started, I went up there and videoed. They run me off. I went across the street. All right, I'm gonna tell you what happened. The people who were doing the testing had on chemical uniform. But the people who walked in and out of school didn't have on anything. And they were study breathing. It wasn't no dust, it wasn't no water being watered down when they first started. Now you don't stand there and tell me you is concerned about the employees. I don't understand. If you were concerned about the employees, that place wouldn't exist right now. Because the one down the west don't exist, and it has PCB, and you don't let Kuhlman operate. You tell me why you did that.
One of the key things I pointed out to you was that if you comply with OSHA standards, you have done a very minimum that's required to do business in the United States. That is complying with the federal law. That doesn't mean that everything is hunky-dory in America. It only means that you have complied with the law. It doesn't mean that you've set a standard for yourself that is great and healthy and you're doing what's right and best. It means that you're complying with the laws. Many of our standards were set in 1971. The act was enabled, was signed by the President, passed by the Congress, and haven't been changed since. It is a regulatory process that we go through to set a standard, and it is a compromise between labor and industry, and we need advocacy groups like yourselves to step up and say we want more restrictive standards. If we don't have anybody saying that we're willing to pay the price for cleaning up and value.
Let me tell you
He
this.
ain't said nothing.
Let me tell you
Talking.
this. Even after the standard was set, that they couldn't use PCB no more. The study was being done up there because I was a truck driver. I hauled it for 20 years. I go in the field to pick up a transformer and bring it back, old transformer. They were repaired right there in Cooper. Nobody never told the workers inside that plant that they were being exposed to PCB to 2000 when the guy got sick outside. The company never told us that. It never was anything, and you stand there and said you is for the safety of the employee. I can't comprehend that because you are not for the employee. Because if you were for the employee, once that was discovered, you would have got right on top of it, right then and there. But you did not do that. Let me ask you this. Did you state level or federal level?
Federal.
Federal level. Well, good then.
Amen.
You got the map. And we expect for you to use it.